Hey guys, Bart here with Tully Television. I want to welcome you all back to the channel. For any new reviewers, thank you for stopping by, giving us a chance. I hope I earn that subscription down below. Smash that like button. And let's get into today what we're going to be covering, which is my predictions to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view that's happening later on tonight. It starts at the pre-shows usually starts at 7. The main matches start at 8. We may get a match on the pre-show, but they haven't announced anything yet. They might throw something out there. It would be smart in order to continue a feud that's maybe not as highly as contested. Say Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, you can throw a tag team match in there or a one-on-one uh, like cruiserweight type of match. Um, but let's get into the Royal Rumble. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what the Royal Rumble match is in particular, or why they call it the Royal Rumble pay per view, is because there is two. It usually was just one match that the night surrounded around one type of match, which is 30 men coming into the ring in 1 to 2 minute intervals, and the only way that you can be eliminated from the match is if you get thrown over the top rope and both feet hit the floor. Over the last few years, they've added a women's Royal Rumble match, which is fine in my opinion. Some of them have been pretty decent. It's not like all the men's Royal Rumble matches over the years have been gold and now they're garbage because women have a Royal Rumble match. It doesn't work out that way. But I will give Jim Cornette credit on this one when it comes to these type of matches. And I know there's a fair trade, or at least they're at where they think is the fair trade. But what happens is it's the law of diminishing returns. If you see a Royal Rumble match in the beginning of the pay per view, and then there's one at the end of the pay per view, then it kind of is like, are you still excited about that second one? And sometimes it's no, sometimes it's yes. Sometimes it depends, I guess, on what the match is and who the participants are. But I get what Jim Cornette is saying because then you're having a lights out match during the show, which might be some sort of like no disqualification type of match. So you got to get like chair shots and people heading each other through barricades, and then you're gonna get the Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns match. You're gonna get the Bianca Belair, like you're gonna get a few spots that they're gonna do, and it's like the worry always is what's the next thing you got to do in order to keep the attention of the audience. And I think that is where Jim Cornette comes from when it comes to having more than one of these specialty type of matches on the card, like an elimination chamber, um, Money in the Bank. If you have 5 ladder matches in a pay per view, by the fifth one, you're going to be like, okay, I've seen everything you could do with a ladder in a wrestling match. Um, but I digress. That's my little wrestling rant. While I'm on the subject of this, I do want to remind everybody that coming March, I will start a new wrestling channel that's going to be separate from here at Telly Television. I'm going to be, like I said, launching that March 1st. And I'll keep you guys updated on what the name of that channel is going to be. And I'll leave occasional links in here for videos I'm doing. So, because I'll occasionally remind you guys here that I do a wrestling channel. And then than having the wrestling channel that I hope that you guys can come across and enjoy. But let's get into the card. There's not many matches here because of the two Rumble matches and their time that goes so long. But let's get into the Mountain Dew blackout match between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. Bray Wyatt came back 3 months ago, and it seems like in those 3 months he's been having um, problems with Uncle Howdy, confrontations with Uncle Howdy, wanting Bray Wyatt to go back to his old fiend ways. LA Knight seems to think that this is all mumbo jumbo, hocus pocus uh, nonsense, right? Oh yeah. um, but LA Knight is not having it anymore. He's been getting beat up by Uncle Howdy. He thought it was Bray Wyatt. Then when he seen Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy together, uh, it still was confusing. But LA Knight has had enough. He recently mocked Bray Wyatt's old Eater of the Worlds entrance. I've seen a clip of that. LA Knight, I think, is the. This is my first real exposure of him as LA Knight. Um, I think the character, I get a hoot out of the character. I love Bray Wyatt, but LA Knight is definitely. I'm glad he's doing this instead of that maximum male model nonsense that he was doing. But what I think is going to wind up happening in this match, and again, it's the first ever Mountain Dew blackout match, whatever that means. With Bray Wyatt, this being Bray Wyatt's first match back, chances are he's going to win. LA Knight's going to have to do the job. But I think the way that LA Knight came out of this and is going to come out of this is going to be gold. And his future, I think, is bright in this company. He's got a really solid look to him. He looks like he can kick your butt. Uh, and looks like then it also looks like you can go out and have a beer or two with him or whatever. It's very put together look. I have high hopes for the future of LA Knight, but I think Bray Wyatt's going to win this one. Then we have the Raw Women's title, Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair. Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair were friends, but what started happening ever since Bray Wyatt started coming back is that Alexa Bliss was seeing certain things that reminded her of Bray Wyatt, or certain images that would come up on the screen, and she'd do like a little, like she's being possessed or being triggered by noises or sounds or the screen or the people she's seeing. It's triggering her to be this darker Alexa Bliss character, and that's why this feud started, because Alexa Bliss went after Bianca Belair, and basically at one point I think attempted to cut her ponytail off. Long story short, I think that Bianca Belair retains her title here, beating Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss is going to go full heel now, not just every so often. And it's not literally that she goes with the noise. It's not like she's doing that. She acts as if she's possessed or something, and she'll go like, I just don't want you thinking that she's just waving her head back and forth, making a weird noise like I am. It's not exactly that. Um, so then we got the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. as we all know, following the months of storylines with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline. It's going to accumulate here, I believe, to where Sami is going to have to make pass one final test, and that final test must be to take out Kevin Owens in some sort of horrible way. Not like, oh, just make sure he doesn't win this match over me or whatever. Roman is going to want Sami to do something that is so reprehensible and so beyond what Sami is willing to do on any level. And knowing that Kevin is his best friend or was his best friend, and that he knows Kevin Owens' his family, he knows his kids. He's called Uncle Sammy in real life, you know. Like if you really want to play that up, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn really are genuinely best friends. Uh, Sammy is Uncle Sammy, you know, like Kevin is Uncle Kevin, you know, if Sammy has kids, you know, that's how close they are in real life, so they're really playing that up. And I think that the in storyline is what is going to bring Sammy back to realizing he's being used by the bloodline because during this whole time, even though the bloodline is like a heel faction, Sammy has been getting cheered like a babyface, and thus everyone around him in the bloodline is getting cheered. Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Sikoa, Roman. It looks like they all have had a great time doing this story, but I think that we're on the road now to having it come to an end here at the pay per view. Roman is gonna ask Sammy to do something. He's gonna refuse it, and then him and Kevin are gonna get the ultimate beatdown. And Roman Wayne, I always say that when I say his name too fast. Roman Reigns is going to win this match, retain, and then I think this is going to tie into who I think the men's Royal Rumble winner is going to be. But before I give that winner, I want to give you who I think is going to be the women's Royal Rumble winner, and that's going to be Rhea Ripley. Now, there's many women that still have said they were going to be in the Royal Rumble match. There's still like 20 openings, but I don't really care who it's going to be because it's primarily going to be like older, not like old ladies talent, but like I'm going to feel like it's going to be people like Molly Holly, maybe Leader, maybe Trish, you know, these type of because there's not many high caliber women uh, talent. It seems like to fill up a 30-woman match. I don't know. I don't know why they're not just announcing everyone. But whoever else is announced, my pick for this women's Royal Rumble match 2023 is going to go to Rhea Ripley. Now, the men's Royal Rumble winner, just like the women's Royal Rumble winner, gets a shot at the title at WrestleMania. With Roman, in my belief, winning tonight, leaving him to retain his titles and continuing his historic run, I think it's only up to one man at this point to win this Rumble and then take Roman down at WrestleMania, and that's Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes is going to be the one to win the Rumble and take Roman down for those titles. And if he doesn't win, I'm hoping Sami Zayn then wins the Royal Rumble. But that's my picks for the Royal Rumble pay per view tonight. Let me know who you got to win these matches. And thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And until next time, peace. Snuggle.